Hello guys, today we're going to talk about self-sabotage. This is going to be part 11 of my series, but if you haven't now seen all the other ones, you can go ahead and watch them, but you can still be able to watch this without watching the other ones, so you decide. But I'm very excited today because we're going to talk about how you build a new future. The 4 steps to building a new future. First and foremost, you have to sit down with yourself with a journal and you have to kind of be ready to receive guidance, and you have to face your fears first by just allowing yourself to be relaxed. Then you have to notice how your future self looks like. See what that person wears, how does he go about his life, what does he work with, where does he live, all of these different things. And how does he act also. Then ask this person for guidance in your current life situation. Maybe it's that he wants you to tell you that you need to let go of this relationship, or you need to go after this one thing in your life. And then imagine handing the keys to your new life. This is going to be your new life. First and foremost, we have to release our past into the quantum field. So you have to force yourself to do deep breathe until your body is relaxed again. Because when we're stressed or we have trauma or whatever we have in our life, we need to force the deep breath so we can kind of relax our nervous system. A way to getting your body and your brain out of panic and survival mode, which actually can hinder you a lot in your life. It can hinder your progress a lot. You can do this by meditating, deep breathing, drinking enough water, getting enough sleep, using aromatherapy and sound therapy. All of these things, you have to get yourself out of this survival mode, and these are really powerful ways to do that. The next one thing is that you have to stop pretending that you're able to predict what will happen at the next thing. Let's say that you predict that something is going to happen tomorrow or in 1 week. Never stop this, because that always stresses you out, and you need to let go of that. Fully let go of that. You think that you can predict everything that's going to happen in your life, because most of the times that what we think is going to happen will never actually happen in our life. So you're just wasting your energy. It's actually really easy to become the most powerful version of yourself. One thing you can do is that you can just ask yourself, what would my most powerful self do today? And it's this discrepancy between how you're already acting in your life versus how your most powerful self will do. What will he do that is like the next level, right up here? What is the most insane thing he could do? And then if you might already know that, but you don't take the steps towards it, and then you have to figure out why are you not taking the steps towards it. But you have to be aware of your weaknesses in your life, because without knowing your weaknesses, you don't know what's going to maybe hold you back in life. You have to be willing to be disliked. This is very powerful, because whatever you're going to do in your life, you can never please everyone. So be okay that somebody's going to dislike you. That's totally fine. Then act on your purpose, and this one we will get to later on, so keep on watching. Then you have to do some mental inner work with yourself and really dig deep with yourself and ask yourself, why am I like this? Why haven't I gone? Why do I keep on doing these things? Why haven't I gone further in life right now? Why all of these things? And ask why questions to your life. And then lastly, talk less about what you want to do and show your actions for it instead. Gradually make improvements. Be a student mindset, and be okay with comfortable with vulnerability. And then start intentionally designing your daily routine as how you want it to be like, not just what needs to be done, but once you have done your job and all of the other things in your life, what would otherwise you could be able to do that intentionally that will bring you better towards your most powerful self in the future. The next one is learning to validate your feelings. This is really good to understand that you have to allow yourself to feel your emotions. not just bottling them up all the time. And sometimes when we are kind of always saying something that how you're feeling in your life, and like you're always trying to look for somebody to confirm it's okay what you're feeling, but you need to self-validate that and not ask other people for their validations. And what happens when we can't validate our own feelings? We go towards other people and ask them and keep on trying to get validation from them. And if we keep on searching for that, we will always need this external thing to confirm that it's okay how we're feeling in life. But you shouldn't do that. And also think of your feelings as water through pipes. It's okay if you had a bad day, that you don't let it go over everyone else at the job while you're still there. But when you get home, or some other day when you're going for a walk, it's okay to break down a little bit and maybe cry or feel really, really sad. But you need an outlet for your emotions, otherwise they will just get stuck up and it can actually implode on you if you don't do anything about it. And validating your emotions just means that letting yourself to have the feelings without suppressing them or have others confirm it. And how can you actually validate your feelings? You can use something called a junk journal, which I also do sometimes, to your advantage. And so like write down how you feel. Don't think too much about what you're doing. Just like, today I had a shit day because this and this happened and this happened and this happens. If you can use that as an outlet, or some other people, or going for a walk and think through your emotions. That's really, really good to do. Next one is that you should abandon the thing about you wanting to have opinions about your life. You have to live your life out from a principles, cause and effect. And this makes you shift from short-term surviving to long-term thriving, because you don't just do what you want to do when you want to do it. You do something because that is your principle, that we're going to do it. And when you have a principles, really, really powerful principle, these cause and effect, they can really fully change your path in your life. So one example could be your money. To keep overhead costs low, stay out of debt, live below your means, or save for a rainy day. These things can be really powerful as principles, because it can basically see it as a compass for your life. You know, if you do this one thing, then this one thing. Let's say if in terms of the money principle, you know, you're going to do very good in your life. It just stay through this, and also take a little bit of risk, you know, if you want to make more money, because that's always needed to do that. But if you do this, you'll be totally fine. One thing about principles is that they are not immediate gratifying and doesn't always make us feel better right away. It's very, you know, as you have heard it before, it's not instant gratification, it's delayed gratification. And sometimes delayed gratifications, if you keep on doing that, trust me, it can help you so much in life. So keep on, also have some fun once or twice, but some of the most foundational things in your life, you need to have principles about that, and you will live a really good life. The next one is creating your own principles. So how do we do it? Well, you can ask yourself, and I actually want you to do this while you're watching this video. I want you to write down what you value. What do you genuinely care about in your life? Is it money, relationships, family? Is it traveling? Is it adventure? And out from these ones, you can begin to crafting your principles, because not everyone will have the same principles, because people have different values. What feelings do you want to experience in your life? What makes you uneasy or gives you anxiety? And then you have to make principles that will kind of avoid feeling uneasy and having anxiety all the time. Let's look at one thing with valuing relationships. If you value relationships, and so by principle, I am going to prioritize them when given the opportunity. Alternatively, by principle, I value honest and positive relationships, so I'm not going to be in a dating limbo anymore unless somebody commits within a reasonable amount of time, I will regard their hesitation as a no. Maybe you value financial freedom, so by principle you're going to save a lot, and you use these savings towards investments. You want to make more money, so you can have even quicker and faster financial freedom. Maybe you value travel and freedom, so you want to be your own master of your own time. So maybe you value more like freelance stuff. And when you begin to make principles, you can begin to start work towards goals that actually support what you want to experience in your life, and getting rid of the things that you don't want to experience in your life. So this is almost like a North Star for your life. So even if you're a little bit lost, you still have these values and principles you can go after, and therefore your practices, and that is your actions, as you can see on this one out here. So you have something deep values in your life. I value having the freedom and time for myself. Maybe by principles you are going to trying to create businesses, or you're trying to become your own freelancer, or whatever it is. You're trying to get a skill set, and by practice you are putting this into daily habits, and you're going to learn about these new skill sets. You're going to read about them, and you're going to build businesses, and this is the practices part of it. Think about purpose. If you're lost in your life, finding your true purpose, you have to understand that you impact the world. So a really good place to start if you want to start finding your purpose is by starting working on yourself. And you have to understand that just because if you find your purpose, it doesn't really mean that life will become easy or you always know what to do. No, because if you always knew what you want to do and the future is clear, that means that if the future is clear, that means that you're following somebody else's blueprint in life, and you're not actually going towards what you want to go towards. And it's not your own path, it's somebody else that has done that before you. It's not your unique. I mean, you can still do the same blueprint in terms of business as some other people have done, but if you live exactly like how anyone else lives like, that's not your true purpose, because your future can't be fully clear. And one way to find your true purpose, this is just one of the ways, is that you can find out your skills, write them down, what you're interested in, and not just like think about what you can make money from, but just think about your interest and then what the market wants. And if you can put those three together, sometimes you can find 3 to 5 things that you might actually be able to do in your life. And one way you can think about your purpose is the thing that naturally calls to you and evokes specific emotions from you. So for me, it's coaching and just helping people by learning these things and helping them in their life, because I have understand that I like to help people and I like to improve my own life. And if I like to help people, then I can just have to find a market where people want this one thing, and then I find my purpose. One way you can find out what you want to do with your life. This is very good, and listen up. Everything comes with its sets of challenges. So no matter what you're going to do in your life, it's going to be hard. But you have to figure out, what are you willing to work for? What are you willing to be uncomfortable for? Because it's not going to be easy. And think about your legacy, and also imagine the best version of yourself. Just close your eyes and just think about that there's no limitations. You can do whatever you want. How would that person be like? What is that person like? Also, if social media doesn't exist, what would you do with your life? Because most of the time we're doing things to be recognized and stuff like that, but you should fully forget about that. What would you do? Close your eyes and think about that, and have a journal to write these things down. Think about what would your ideal daily routine look like, because some people want to be the director or the CEO of the company, or maybe an operational manager or whatever it is, because it's a fancy title. But the daily routine, they don't actually want to do that. That's not your ideal daily routine. That's just because you fantasize about the prestige title the job gives you. Think about who do you want to be remembered as, and what do you want to be known for in your life. Write all of these things down if you haven't already, and you can also pause the video for some time and just think about that. And one thing I will leave you with is that when we met with hardships in our life, when things are really going to shit in our life and everything is just crumbling on ourselves, that's when we begin to fully realize what really matters to us. When everything is just going to shit, we're like, I actually really want friendships, or I actually really like the idea of freedom. If you really like the idea of freedom, then you should work and try to create something for yourself that can make money for you, or you can make money for yourself, or invest and also try to make the money work for you. You have to find out whatever it is that fully matters to you. Thank you for watching this video. If you're lost in life, let me know in the comments, or write a personal DM to me on my Instagram, whatever you want to do. If you want to be anonymous, just do that. Let me know if this helped you, if you were lost in life, or if it gave you any type of redirection of what you maybe should do in your life now. After you watch this video, take just 2 to 5 minutes and just contemplate on these things that we talked about and the things that you wrote down, and really think to yourself with an abundance mindset that everything can happen. Your willingness to work towards it, and what you're willing to be uncomfortable for, your persistence, and just your knowledge about different things. And then it's time. Time creates diamonds. And if you keep on going and keep on going, you're going to make it happen. So let me know if you want any type of video more than this, more in detail, whatever you want to see. Let me know in the comments. And other than that, take care guys, and peace out.